obtain the variance of x. Of course, we should note that the variance of x, is equal to the expected value of x squared minus the expected value of x all squared. So this is simply the variance of x. Now, before we obtain the variance of x, though we've gotten the expected value of x, which is the mean, which is what we got here to be MP. Now, how do we obtain the variance? For me to obtain the variance, we have to calculate the expected value of x squared. The expected value of x squared. So, the expected value of x squared is equal to the second derivative for our moment generating function at t is equal to 0. Now, for we to take our second derivative, that means m, our second derivative will be equal to, now, what are we differentiating? We'll first recall what we have as our mx, our first derivative. So we'll now differentiate what we got as our first derivative. So we'll write, recall that our first derivative is n into q plus p et raised to the power of n minus 1 multiplied by p et. So this is what we got. Of course, from calculus, we know that we'll have to differentiate this the second time. So what do we use in differentiating this the second time? It is what is called the product rule. So this will become our u, and this is our v. This is our u, and this is our v. What does the product rule state? The product rule states that v du all over dt plus u dv all over dt. So this is what we'll do. So this becomes our v, and this becomes our u. Now we can now differentiate it properly. Now, how do we differentiate it properly? We'll move over to this side of the board. We should know that our expected value of x is MP. So we'll move over to this other side of the board. Now, how do we differentiate it? We have v here. So this is our v. It then means that the second derivative of our moment generating function, which is equal to expectation of x squared, is, we keep down b. b is PET multiplied by, you differentiate this, the u all over the t, that means the u all over the t with respect to t. If you differentiate that, we'll have n into n minus 1 will come over to give us n minus 1 into q plus PET n minus 1, which is minus 2, multiplied by what we have here inside, just like what we did here. When we differentiated this, we got this. So we still multiply by PET. Now, plus what is our u? Our u is n q plus p et raised to the power of n minus 1. That is our u. Then the v all over the t, that means this. So if we differentiate that, we'll get multiplied by the v all over the t, will still get PET if we differentiate that. Now, we say at t equal to 0, at t equal to 0. At t equal to 0 is our expected value of x squared, which is equal to, now we can rewrite this properly. That means anywhere we see t, we put 0. Anywhere we see t, we put 0. So we have p et, which is 0, multiplied by n into n minus 1, q plus p 0, n minus 2, multiplied by p 0 plus what we have here, n into q plus p 0, n minus 1, multiplied by p 0. Of course, anything raised to the power of 0 is 1. Anything raised to the power of 0 is 1. So we can simply write this as our expectation of x squared to be equal to, we say, n into n minus 1 q plus p n minus 2 multiplied by this p and this p, we can write them together, which is p squared plus what we have here, n into q plus p raised to the power of n minus 1. Of course, this will turn to 1, then multiply by p. That is what we get. This is what we get. So we'll still move over to this other side of the board. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. Now, we'll still write our expected value of x squared to be equal to, now, we should know that q plus p is 1 from probability. Note, q plus p is equal to 1 from probability. So anyhow we see q plus p, we put 1 there. It then means that we'll have n multiplied by n minus 1 into 1 raised to the power of n minus 2 multiplied by p squared plus n multiplied by p, n into 1 raised to the power of n minus 1 multiplied by p, which is also equal to, of course, 1 raised to the power of anything is 1. So we have n into n minus 1 p squared plus np. So this is what we have for our expected value of x squared. We should also recall that what we have for our expected value of x is just np. So to calculate our variance of x states that our variance of x is equal to the expected value of x squared minus the expected value of x all squared. It then means that what we have here as our expected value of x, our variance which we are calculating for, our variance of x is equal to the whole of this, which is n into n minus 1 p squared plus np minus, of course, we got our expected value of x to be np. That is what we get. So we now write np squared, which is the same thing as n into n minus 1 p squared plus np minus n squared p squared. Also, it then means that our variance, we can now simplify further because we've not gotten our variance. Our variance, we open this bracket, we have n squared p squared, this multiplied by this, and this will give us minus n p squared plus np minus n squared p squared. Now, we see that the whole of this can cancel the whole of this. Yes, that is what we'll get. So we'll be left with the variance of x to be equal to negative np squared plus np. So we still move over to this side of the board to get our variance of x because we've not concluded what is now our variance of x. We will have to delete this part of the board. So for more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. So our variance of x is equal to, now we can open this bracket, we can open it to give us np into one minus p. So this is what we'll get. This is because we can write this as np minus np squared. So if you bring out np, we'll have 1 minus p. Yes, that is what we get. So that is how we arrived at this point. Or we can simply write it out properly. So our variance can be written as np minus np squared, which is equal to np. If we bring out np into our bracket, we'll have 1 minus p. If you open this bracket, you still get the same thing. So, of course, from probability, we'll recall that from probability, that q plus p is equal to 1. It then implies that q can be equal to 1 minus p. So wherever we see 1 minus p, we put q. It then means that our variance of x will be equal to np. Anywhere we see 1 minus p, we put q. np q, which is equal to np q. Therefore, our variance for the given question is np q, while our expected value of x is equal to np. So this is simply how we can compute the expected value of x for the moment generating function of a random variable x, and the variance of x for a moment generating function of a random variable x. When we follow this whole process, we can easily obtain the expectation or the mean and the variance for the moment generating function of a random variable. This is simply how to compute it.